what's poppin'? Welcome to Bhroman Braapsody. This is where we review cars and motorcycles. And guess where I'm at today? I'm at Motorcycles of Greensboro with the man, the myth, and the legend. It's the professor, you guys.
Bro, welcome home, brother.
Thank you, sir.
We have another Italian supermodel.
And this is the one we unboxed.
That is correct.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yes,
yeah.
that is correct. That is correct. This is the one.
In a bit, we're going to talk about the bike because we have the professor. We're going to get a little bit of a history lesson, maybe a little bit of a practical lesson, who knows. We'll see what the professor's in the mood for. I'll do a walk around, show you the different features, take it out on the road, share my thoughts with you guys, talk about the cost of ownership, and assign it a Bhroman score. But before we do any of that, if you're new to Bhroman, give us a like and click that subscribe button. We put out content every week, and your support would mean a lot. It's me, it's your boy Bro, and I am your Bhroman.
They did change the tank, and they did change the engine, and
The exhaust.
well, it's a new engine. I mean, it's a new bike.
It's a new bike,
Yeah.
but
So you figure they would change the name,
they had the V4.
but they already have Panigale V4, Multistrada V4,
Street Fighter
V4, Diavel V4.
Diavel V4, might as well.
Why not? Besides, Diavel is a badass name for a badass bike.
It is a badass name. When the engineers and the test riders went to test the Diavel out way back in the day, they came back saying,
Accelera come il diavolo.
which means
Accelerates like the devil.
like the devil. And this is the devil's new incarnation.
Yes, that's the story. Congratulations! I like your history lesson learning. You're getting it. He's getting it.
I'm hanging out with the professor way too much.
Yeah. So one thing that they did leave, as it were, the 240/45 rear tire, which is massive presence for a motorcycle.
And it looks so good. Like, the other thing I really notice about this motorcycle, that's kind of, they've kept the design consistent with the older model, is these massive air intakes on the side.
Yes. Well, I mean, you look at how much torque and power you're putting out. You need to be able to put some air through this thing, right? Yeah. So.
And that big engine, it's a V4. It's what, 1153cc V4.
It's the same engine as the Multistrada.
Okay.
It's tuned quite different. So instead of getting the 170 horses, you're getting 168.
Oh my God, two less?
Two less. But then the torque numbers go up.
Here we go.
And, you know, I haven't really ridden it yet.
You have not yet?
I have not.
So this is going to be one of those rare occasions where I get to ride a bike before the professor.
The Diavel, the original Diavel was designed and engineered with the idea of a muscle cruiser.
Yes.
Right? The direct competitor for the Diavel were the V-Max, the V-Rod. Those two bikes produce a lot of horsepower, and they were great for drag racing, inline acceleration, but neither one of those two motorcycles knows what a corner is, nor do they want to know what a corner is, knows what brakes are, nor do they want to know what brakes are. All they had was just a lot of horsepower and inline acceleration. What they didn't have was the power to the correct ratio of power to weight, right?
Power to weight,
because no matter what they did, the Diavel was still like out-accelerate them, out-corner them, and out-brake them, and out-maneuver them, basically. The important design elements for the Diavel, we need to remember them all, because there's three of them. The hump tank of the Monster, the high tail end of the Superbike, and the low-slung chassis of a cruiser.
A cruiser, yeah.
Hence, power cruiser.
Hence power cruiser. And also the single-sided swing arm of a Panigale.
Yeah, well, that's a Ducati after all.
Yeah.
What else do you think you would want on a motorcycle? How about a quick shifter?
Maybe. I would love a quick shifter. Does this bike have a quick shifter?
Let's check for the sensor.
Yup.
When we're talking about a quick shifter, and that is whether it's a Ducati quick shifter, a BMW power assist, however which way, whatever they call it, this thing right here is no longer really, you shouldn't think of that thing as a throttle. You should more think of it along the lines of you're telling the computer what your next move is. So it's more of just a control module. And as long as you're on the throttle, the computer is already expecting an upshift. It knows because it knows what gear you're in, it knows how fast you're going, and it knows that you're still on the throttle, and it knows that you're still got some gears to go. So as long as you're on the throttle, you upshift without clutching, right? Stay on the throttle. Now, if you're off the throttle, then of course the motorcycle is not going to be expecting an upshift anymore, is it?
Yeah.
It's going to be expecting a downshift.
Yeah.
So make sure that when you're operating the motorcycle without a clutch, that order is correct. Throttle off, downshift, throttle on, upshift. And if you're downshifting, being on the brakes, it's even better, because now the computer is actually starting to think, okay, we might have to engage the anti-lock braking system, so even more so.
And it knows that we're about to slow down anyway.
Right,
so
we're slowing down, so we're probably going to be downshifting. And it is a race-derived feature, so the higher the RPMs, the better it works.
Professor, you mind if I do a quick walk around of this gorgeous motorcycle? You have the similar style of headlamps. Those have DRLs on them. And look at those massive air intakes on both sides. Check that out. Those are the turn signals by the brake reservoir. How cool is that? On the front, it's got inverted front forks. The braking power is provided in the front by dual 330 millimeter disc brakes with 4-piston brake calipers, Brembo. And then this has a 26-degree rake angle. What's a rake angle, you ask? Well, draw perpendicular from the steering mount, follow the fork tube. That's your rake angle. Shorter the rake angle, the more nimble the bike is, and larger the rake angle, the more stable it is at higher speeds, and such. Now, at the heart is that 1153cc V4 that puts out 168 horses and about 93 foot-pound of torque. Towards the rear, you have the single-sided swing arm. I love those machine-cut contrast wheels. Beautiful. And check out that exhaust, that's redesigned. You get 4 because it's a V4. Like, looking at it, you don't see a passenger seat or footrests, but the seat but if you remove the seat cowl, there's a seat under there. The footrests are neatly folded here, so you pull them out and boom, you have footrests. As for the rear of the bike, you have the big 240 cross-section tire. I love that tire. And you can see the monoshock suspension over there. But that's not even the coolest feature yet. Check this out. The taillights are all integrated within the frame over there. I love that. It's so cool. On the left-hand side, you have this beautiful Ducati mirror. I love this. I love the style of the mirrors, and the stock feels pretty solid. As for the handlebar controls on your left, you have your switch for your high beams, your passing lights, and push it out for high beams, hazards, DRLs. This is what you use to quickly get into the riding modes or make selections in the menu. Cruise control settings, turn signals down here, and then there's the horn. On the top, you have a button that says DPL, that's your launch control. And then down here is your kill switch, your starter, and your lock button. Now, there's something cool about this lock button. This can function as your on and off switch too, power on or power off. Or what you can do is, you got to turn the handlebar all the way to the left, which it is right now. And then, if you press and hold the power button, you can actually lock the steering. So let's do it. Let's press and hold it. If you press and hold it, boom, that's your steering lock. And now see, won't move. All right, so now let's look at the beautiful TFT screen. Let's turn this on. Boom, Diavel V4. And here is where you get a lot of information. You have your fuel gauge on the left. You get your time, your tachometer, with which gear you're in, what riding mode you're on. These are your levels of traction control on the 6-axis IMU. And then on your left is your speedometer, your side stand indicator, and these are, you can toggle through these items. So we have music, phone, settings menu. So let's go into settings. All right, so these are your riding modes. We have sport, touring, urban, and wet. Oh, and under each mode, you can customize the power, your traction control, ABS, wheelie control, quick shifter. How cool is that? And for each of these, it highlights the part that you're trying to configure. Wheelie control, ABS is the brakes, traction control rear tire, power is the engine. If you go back, you have your service, riding mode, info display, fuel indicator, DRL, display setup, pin code, lap timer, date time, tire calibration, Bluetooth, turn indicators, language, units, all of that fun stuff. So can you tell our viewers a little bit about Motorcycles of Greensboro?
Of course, yeah. When I think of a dealership, I think of pushy sales guys. We're not that place. We are a group of enthusiastic motorcyclists that first were motorcyclists, passionate about it. And then, yes, we make our living at it. So, yes, do we sell motorcycles? Of course we do. We sell accessories, we provide services, we sell service, we make sure that your motorcycle is up to snuff. So all that stuff. Lucky enough, we were able to come together as a group of enthusiastic motorcyclists, and some of the best at it that I've known in a long time. So, within the walls of the Motorcycles of the dealership, there's probably 300 years of combined motorcycling experience. Whether that may be off-road or track use or track days or track racing or whatever have you, and everything in between. So that's who we are. We're primarily a
motorcycle enthusiast center.
Yeah,
yes.
That's it.
And you come on down, check them out. I'll put their website link in the video description below. The staff here, they're really awesome and friendly and knowledgeable. Well, Professor, it's a gorgeous day here, and as much as I love your company, I'd still be in the company of this beautiful supermodel.
I see how you are. Okay.
And
I would too. I would too. Hey, bro, it is right o'clock according to my time.
It is right o'clock.
Right o'clock, so
let's go.
So, if you guys are new to Bhroman, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. We put out content every week, and your support would mean a lot. Let's start her up and see how this puppy sounds. Yep. It's the classic V4 sound. And check out the headlamps. I like the DRLs, man. I really do. And these turn signals, look. And isn't that cool? Let's get with the program. We're gonna start off in touring mode and we'll change modes on the fly. Let's make a few U-turns and see how this puppy maneuvers, shall we? Oh my god. This bike weighs what, 500 some pounds? It's got a 67-inch wheelbase, 26-degree rake angle, U-turns, no problem. No problem whatsoever, you guys. Which means it's time to do our second test, the pull test. Holy moly! Holy! I'm alive! It accelerates like the devil, you guys! It's the devil! Wow! Wow! Just wow! Alright, so let's talk about our first impressions of this motorcycle. Well, I'm sitting up quite upright. I don't have to lean out for the handlebars. I don't have to reach out for them. They're at a nice place. I mean, it's not like a cruiser where it's pulled all the way back. There's a slight bend to reach to them, but it's not like I'm laying over the fuel tanks. I love the seat. The seat has that deep cut. Oh, I'm loving it. My legs are not bent weirdly at all. I have mid-mounted floor controls or foot controls, and those are amazing. I like it. Alright, stop sign. Let's check this out. Brake, brake, brake. Front brakes only. Those big 330mm discs. Boom. Alright, flat footing it. Flat footing it, not a problem. It only has a 31-inch seat height. I am 5'10" with a 31-inch inseam. So, no problem at all. That sound of that V4 is just so intoxicating. Oh my god. I like it. I like it. Oh, let's talk about the balance. Oh, it's a Ducati, you guys. Oh my god, this is insane. Oh, this feels so easy. This is awesome. Oh my god, I can do this all day. It's so responsive to the feedback. Oh wow. Ha. It can pull like the devil, and it can handle like a ballerina, almost, I guess. Okay, so check this out. When you're stopped at a red light or you're stopped anywhere, I'm gonna stop speaking. Just hear that. Yeah, I like that too. Anyway, so let's change. Can we change modes on the fly? I think we should be able to. Let me go ahead and put it in urban. Close throttle, and boom. It blinks and you're in urban mode. Alright, so in urban mode. In urban mode, you have to twist the throttle quite a bit for it to do its thing. But urban mode is basically you're riding the motorcycle in like crowded urban areas, not like open highways or country roads. So yeah, urban mode makes sense. You don't want too much power, and you just give a little bit through the throttle and you're going. Like here, it's kind of it kind of keeps you grounded. Sort of grounded. Alright, so that was riding in urban mode. Let's try wet mode and see what's what. Close throttle. Okay, we are in wet mode. So wet mode is where all of your nanny systems are at its highest setting, because they don't want you to, because the wet mode is when the bike doesn't want you to do stupid crap and get into trouble or whatever. It just wants you to chill, because you're probably riding through rain and thunderstorms and whatnot. So it doesn't want to give you a lot of throttle. ABS is gonna do its thing, and true to its thing, like you really have to twist the neck of the throttle to get it to do anything. And the quick shifter, oh my god, the quick shifter works so effortlessly and so perfectly. Perfectly and effortlessly. Just remember what the professor said: when you're upshifting, throttle should be open. When you're downshifting, your throttle should be closed. Alright, let's try a rolling pull test. Holy moly! Huh. And that was in wet mode. Wow! Let's try out sport mode. Close throttle. Boom! We're in sport mode. So let's go around this corner. Oh my god! Holy moly! You know what this bike can do in sport mode, because we did the pull test in sport mode. I put it back into urban after that, but oh my god. And this is in 5th gear, so I'm in 5th gear. Wow. Let me drop a gear. Then 4th gear. Oh my god. It's so responsive. Oh, holy crap. Oh my god, this is the devil for sure. The throttle is so snappy, it just wants to go like, go, 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 go. I mean, in all modes it can hustle, but sport mode, as with all motorcycles, sport mode is the most fun mode. It's the funnest mode, you guys. It's the funnest mode. So, would this be a good bike for commuting? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely it would be. Like, now just keep in mind, it's got no saddlebags, no storage space. I'm guessing you could probably get a tank bag that you can put stuff in it, or carry a backpack. Carry a backpack with your laptop and other essentials. You should be good. Now, is it a good bike for touring? Well, the seat is quite comfortable, and it's got enough power to go touring. I think it should be fine with pull-up riding too. Now, this does not have any saddlebags or storage space, so you might have to bungee cord your luggage or whatever, or carry a backpack. I don't know, but you could possibly tour on it for a couple of 100 miles or whatever. Now, the other thing about touring is wind protection, and this has no wind protection. I'm getting a lot of wind on my upper body, lower body, everywhere. but today is an 80-degree day, so I'm loving it. On colder days, yeah, this is not gonna be a lot of fun. Nope. Now, is this a good motorcycle for beginners? To paraphrase the professor, it's not only a no, it's a hell no. No, this is not a beginner bike. Absolutely not. First of all, it costs a little over, the sticker price is what, 27? And insurance is gonna be high because it's a Ducati and you're gonna be a brand new rider. There's a lot of power. This bike has a lot of power, so none of those are things that are good for a beginner. Nope, not at all. But what about the cost of ownership, bro, man? So, in conclusion, the Diavel V4 is more beefier, is muscular, is more nimble than ever before. I love this bike, man. I really do. I love the performance. I love the looks. I love its handling. I mean, it's gonna be fun for commuting. Not the best touring motorcycle. You could probably get a couple of 100 miles out of it, and definitely not a beginner bike. Nope. Is the Ducati Diavel V4 the bike for you? Well, if you're looking for something that's a muscle cruiser that's powerful, comfortable, and yet you can still go around and canyon carving or carve some corners with it, then yeah, this should fit you just fine. And you know, head on down to your closest Ducati dealership, take one out for a spin. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. Keep your knees in the breeze, and I'll see you soon. Bro out.